There's a couple of things I want to show you, but I came over here to do so. See this all the way down? That should be sealed all the way down. Number two, over here, this window, the reason why that's failing is because that capping, people put up capping and think it's just going to protect wood. It doesn't. You need silicone around that whole window. Evidently, they knew that they had to replace this window right here and put new capping around it, but they didn't do it there, they didn't do it there, they didn't do it there. So the reason why that brick is crumbling out, you could stop it exactly where it is by doing a mortar repair and then just siliconing the crap out of all four sides, including the interior of this window, all four sides, including the interior. So inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, the sill as well. That window, that window, that window, because that's a problem. The reason why that's happening is because water's able to get in there. No, it's not a big deal. You don't need a new window. Don't let anybody sell you a new window. But definitely, this needs a mortar repair, and that needs to be closed. Now, if we come over here and look at this area, a couple of things I don't like. Number one, this should have been flashed with this. You've got an opening. What they do is we run the rolls out, and then you cut it to get around the stack. And then they just put a piece of rubber here. You put the flashing around the perimeter where the edge of the rubber is. You put the flashing around the stack where the edge of the rubber is. But they didn't put flashing around here where the rubber is covering over when there's an open slice there. Right here, the drain box, the most important area of your roof. This is open, and there's no flashing here. So I don't know who in their right mind would put flashing where the edge of the rubber is and then not put flashing in the place that catches all of the precipitation, because it's called a flat roof, but obviously it has an angle in order for it to drain. And then of course you have this little gem here, which you can tell has been this way for a while. So whether you see it or not, water is definitely going in and underneath this roof. So that needs rubber patch on it, which should be no smaller than an 8-inch patch in order for the weld to take. And then on top of that, that needs to be flashed. Same thing here. Flashing here, no flashing in vital key points around the chimney. Just these pieces of rubber. And let me show you this as well. This also needs mortar all the way down. See that? If I lean over here, you can see that I can stick my fat finger in there. And if I could get my fat sausage finger in there, then certainly rain can get in there. And that'll cause that to continue to separate. So that's no good. This window's okay because they silicone this to Kingdom Come. But they didn't do those other 3 windows, which is mind-boggling to me. And I believe what you think you hear running around in your ceiling is actually running around in your neighbor's ceiling. But again, there's a few amateur mistakes here. This is an overburn. Like I said, there's no flashing around key points. And down here, what I would do is I would just drop a sheet of plywood and run a new rubber roof over top of this. Let's look at the soffit, see if there's any opening. No opening on this side. Let's look at the soffit over here. No openings on this side. So yeah, I believe that you hear critters, but you may be hearing them from your neighbor's roof. It is just transferring because the joist on row homes go side to side like this. So probably what you're hearing is them running around and it transferring through your wall, and it makes it sound like it's going through your house. Let me take a look over here. Yep. But yeah, no squirrels, but big window problem here. If that's left alone, not sealed, I mean, you know, capping a big window is like like that is like 250. So if you have three of them, it's 250, 250, 250. And they're doing it correctly, and then the mortar repair. If you just want to do the mortar repair and then seal it, obviously you're talking about 100 a window, because you're going to need every bit of 6 to 7 tubes of caulk to seal that up correctly. But this cannot be left unchecked, because as you can see, the brick's separating. And it's going to do the same thing down here. You can see that it already is trying. But again, that could be arrested. Somebody already tried to do mortar repair here, but they didn't seal the window out. So it's kind of silly. This right here is an easy fix. Drop an 8-foot sheet of plywood in there, and then run new rubber across there and recover this roof.